This is a great image of a respectable, classy, beautiful woman.
For you to point out this well-dressed sister here to make me feel some type of way about myself becomes a problem.
Let me get you.
Reason I have never said I do is because I don't.
I've been married, and I couldn't sign up for bad sex.
Test drive.
So if we enter a relationship with anything that's about me, then I don't believe that we're ready.
You are now watching Single on a Saturday night. This is a great addition. We have a lot of things we're talking about. When we left this last week, we were talking about, well, Danielle was talking about pornos and how in pornos I don't know if we're allowed to say that the actual anal sex on television.
Yes.
Are we?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You can say anal sex.
Okay, we can say.
Yeah. There's no violation of FCC regulations.
Okay. So she was talking about how pornos, you want to,
Oh, I can go right into that.
Yeah,
I said my problem with the pornography, we were talking about whether or not she's supposed to give into the fantasy and be about it. And I said the problem with porno and the fantasy is that the unrealistic expectation. And my example of that is anal sex. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but their whole concept in the movies is always like some dude with like the biggest penis you've ever seen, and some chick just bends over and her behind is in the air and they just ram that in there, okay? You don't never see no lube hit it. You don't never see no motions around it. Ain't no fingers tightening it, loosening that up. It's just take this ramrod and you can get it, okay? And it's just, I'm sorry, in real life, I'm saying, if you can do it, you're a better woman than me.
Well, this is Single on a Saturday night. We're going to go into the introduction, but I wanted to have you, really enticed and stay around to hear who we really are. So now that you're enticed, I am Shelly Williams, and I am single, never married, no children, but I raised a few. That's my thing.
Well, since the show's about anal sex, I am Danielle Patterson. I am single, and I can't find anybody to take all this right here, but I ain't giving all of that right there away either.
I'm David Scott, representing the 35 and over crew, and I am definitely looking forward to this topic.
I'm Melisha. I'm also 35 and older. I'm single.
Oh, yeah, happy birthday, girl.
Happy birthday!
Actually, my birthday is Friday, and I will be 36.
Well, this is the show, so get it. Go.
Yep.
I am Carol Petra. I was married before. I'm currently single, no children, and anticipating this episode here.
Who you represent? You representing the 20 in the crew.
Like the almost mid-20s.
And happy birthday to you. It's her birthday too. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Halloween, baby.
Hello, I'm Roberto Lopez. I'm single and I'm representing los Boricua de la comunidad hispano.
It's your girl, Michelle Renee. I am currently single, no children, and I'm representing everyone. And I'm going to enjoy this topic because porn is, part of sex life, you understand? And I will be a personal porn star for my man, husband, Nothing's wrong with it.
All right, when you talk
So, Michelle Renee, when you say you're going to be a porn star for your husband, you just going to let him come in with, the horse penis and just ram
But you know what?
I just want to be sure that's what you are saying. Because when you get a husband, I'm going to call her up and say, look, she said just bend over.
Right, yeah. Listen, now don't just bend me over and ram it. Let's work up to that,
That's not
No. Because listen, now, if you watch the bloopers and behind the scenes of the porn, oh my gosh.
Really?
Oh my God. They do lube it up and everything. My parents watch this show.
Wait, your parents, but you would have got outtakes.
They do lube it up.
Jamila was saying, when we were talking about pornography, you were saying something about
I think porn bad enough. I don't need to see the porn outtakes. I don't know, really.
You were saying something about pornography, what the images of the whole
pornography is way deeper than we think it is. It's not just it's fun, it's great, it's all that, it's much deeper. It affects us on a much deeper level. I'm not saying it's inherently wrong all the way. There's certain types of porn that may help in a relationship sometime if you need a little boost. But porn, if you look at it at a deeper level, especially men watch excessively porn. Some men watch excessive amounts of porn, especially what's available now, which is the internet porn. So you can watch porn video after porn video after porn video, right? And so what's happening is, in your brain, it's a biological level. You get in these surges of what's called dopamine. And dopamine, it's like that pleasure hormone, right? So you're getting these surges of excessive dopamine into your brain. And this causes you to constantly want that dopamine, right? And what is happening to men is they're not able to really interact with a real person. They're not able to interact with a real woman because they're constantly seeing these images on porn, right? And I spoke on another panel, and what I said was there's something called ejaculatory incompetence. And what happens is because men are masturbating so much to this pornography, they are not able to ejaculate when they're inside of a woman. They're not able to do that. So they have to actually come outside of the vagina and masturbate so they can ejaculate. And not only that, these images in porn, we're not seeing the background, the lubing up and maybe he's intimate with her. We're not seeing that. We're just seeing what's on this screen, right? It seeds us. It seeds our spirit and our minds in a way where we're going to interact in that way. Just like music affects us, music does affect us. It affects our spirit, the beats, all of that. It puts us into a trance. So media, especially this porn, because sex is such a powerful force, we're being seeded with these degenerate images a lot of times, and we want to interact with the people that we love in that way. And I have, I'm on Facebook at the Coochie Church, right? And I asked the question to the women. A lot of women were saying that their men who watch excessive amounts of porn, they can't perform. They are overly aggressive, like what you were saying. They just want to ram it in and they want to pound and jackhammer them. They're not performing, and they're not attentive.
Well, talking about ramming it in, when you talk about anal sex, I mean that's a deep topic. Some people are for it, some people aren't. But when I knew we were going to do the topic, I had to speak to a doctor because I've heard. And I wanted to make sure that I heard that anal sex could mess up your booty. Mm-hmm. So I asked the doctor, and she said it's up to the individual people. If they have a connection, how much they talk about it, how comfortable they are. But there are some who have anal sex and okay, but there are some who have problems from tears and prolapse. And explain that prolapse.
Prolapse, basically the muscles in the rectum and the sphincter have, basically been destroyed. Mm-hmm. And it typically doesn't happen from one or two or a couple times. When you hear about anal prolapse, it's usually with homosexual male couples because that's repeated activity. Right. And what happens is you end up with grown men and grown women in diapers because they no longer can control their bowels because that outie, you done made it innie, and now, you done changed the whole flow of the way things go, and so things start falling out that's not supposed to.
And so I think, when I think about sex, okay, we're thinking about something that's supposed to be pleasurable. Why would I want to think about something that could possibly make me poo-poo uncontrollably when later on in life, or you never know. It's a chance. Like, you never know who's going to get this, who's going to get that. There's a chance. So why take that chance with your booty?
Because it feels good. I don't know. I never done it.
Okay, so
that's what they say.
Weigh in on anal sex. What do you think? What is your? Is it? I had my ex-fiance said it was a requirement that when we got married, he said that's a requirement.
That's why y'all ain't married. That's really what happened.
Roberto, want to start off?
It's a personal choice.
Are you okay?
You want to start off?
No,
Go ahead, Roberto.
I kind of wanted to go back to what you were saying earlier, that when you want to introduce porn to enhance and to add other things, and you practice with yourself. So then, when do you become that aggressive deviant, as far as trying to being able to or have more knowledge to please her? So then now you're watching this porn, and now you're just going off.
When you watch excessive excessive amounts of porn, that's when you get the negative things
Let me
that happen.
explain to you, Roberto. I'm gonna tell you.
But they just have
I'm gonna tell you. I can tell you when the line crossed. So I was going out with this guy, right? And he was like stalking me for these dates. And then he goes, "Oh no, well I can't take you out this week, but because my American Express bill is due." I'm like, "Wow, okay, I understand you're a little bit broke." And then he proceeds to tell me, "Yeah, because you just sat down, I was in front of the computer, and then next thing I knew, I had $1,700." I'm like, "What can you spend $1,700?" Oh, so that let me know $1,700 in 1 month in his American Express bill, never to call him back. So that's why I had to keep going with this and say you just had to leave him alone. And then, more so, that's the kind of dude that you really protect the booty from, because that's the dude that's going to be trying to ram it in. What you say, David?
Go ahead, David.
Well, you're looking at understanding anal sex. Is it an act of aggression? Is it an act of passion? Is it something that you feel as though your partner wants? Is it something that you want? Is it experience? You gotta look at it prior to approaching that act. And when we talked about anal sex, because I'm open about talking about anything and everything, because I want to know. I want to know women's opinion. I want to know men's opinion, and I'll post up on Facebook about anything. The reality that came to me was that it was a misconception was this was a thing for men in jail and homosexual activity, and then I found out from a lot of women it was something that had them competing with other women. I want to try it out. I want to see if it's different. What am I getting from this? Is it something that's worthwhile for me? Will it separate me from other women sexually? Is it what I've been influenced by television and music and those kind of things? So when you look at it, you got to say, what am I in it for? Or is it just something as a particular act? For me, I'm not an anal sex guy. I'll tell people from the beginning. It's not for me. Doesn't interest me, doesn't motivate me at all. Me, I want to pick you up, I want to flip you around, I want to carry you around, I want to be aerobic, but I don't want anal.
Well, I understand that. This is Single on a Saturday Night. When we come back, we're gonna find out everybody's opinion on whether they would go anal or not. Who knows?
Right. Are you pro anal?
Are you pro anal
there you go.
or not?
Pro anal.
So when we come back, we will talk about it. It's Single on a Saturday Night right here at Kid Gray's Steak and Seafood Restaurant.
It's the pro anal movement.
Special thanks to Q's Hair Boutique, located at 5815 North Broad Street, Philadelphia, PA. Q's Hair Boutique is a full-service salon providing the star treatment for any occasion. Please don't look any further for your next hair appointment. Call Q's Hair Boutique. That's 215-668-9800. In true celebrity fashion, Austin Photography snapped beautiful candidates of all the Single on a Saturday Night group. Austin Fine Photography is located at 4221 Main Street. If you would like to feel like a star, please call Austin Fine Photography at 267-297-7895. This program is brought to you by the following sponsors. Do you want to advertise your product or your service or your event right here in between the hottest show in America? Give us a call at 215-843-1984. Give us a call. If everything's a go, we'll have your commercial advertised on the next show.
Single on a Saturday Night, and we have to thank all the people who help us, right? And we have an actual member. This is Miss Tracy, you're an actual member of Single. She actually posts and everything in the group. Tell us about your business.
Okay, well, my company is called Praiseworthy Creations and Events, and it is a one-stop place. One of the things that we showcase are my hand-poured soy-based candles. Each candle is poured by me. It's made with soy wax. I also do event planning, preferably wedding coordination, and I also have Praiseworthy Travel. And I also sell Mary Kay and some Avon. So one-stop place for you to get a lot of products and things that you need.
That's right. Tracy is a true entrepreneur offering everything. How can they get in touch with you?
They can go to Facebook and find me at Praiseworthy Creations and Events. They can use my email, praiseworthycreations2002@yahoo.com.
And when I say everything she has is praiseworthy, and I say she's praiseworthy because she's supported, and you're actually a group member. That is so cool. Thank you so much for supporting. Did you have fun at Sing on a Saturday Night?
Yes, I did. I had a good time. Always enjoyed the taping.
Oh, thank you so much. Let's go to more Sing on a Saturday Night. Single on a Saturday night right here at Kid Gray's Steak and Seafood Restaurant. We'd like to thank everybody who helps us make it happen. DJ Romy Rome, 88.1 every Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Dr. Shop, Austin Fine Photography, Howard Gilliam Jr., Q's Hair Boutique, and Free Spirit Couture. And
don't forget the lady at Issues, 120 South 60th Street, the Pink Boutique, for all your retail therapy needs.
Now, talking about needs, people have needs. You know, some people
have requirements.
Some people have requirements. They have needs. When it comes to anal sex, what do you require? I have a friend that she made me feel like all bad. She's like, yo, I sit on it and spin around. That's how deep she was. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know it was that deep. So let's start with Melisha. How do you feel about anal? To anal or to not?
To not. I have tried it in my younger days, and there was one point where I kind of enjoyed it, but then it was like continuing it on and on. It wasn't really comfortable after a while. Like continuous.
It was comfortable in the beginning. It got uncomfortable.
No, I mean the first time I tried it, it was okay. Like once we got into it, it was okay. But then when I tried it again, it was uncomfortable. It was hurting. It didn't feel good. So I don't know if it was just the person or whatever. But I never tried it again, and I don't think I will.
So you anti, and I'm anti. Next.
I'm an undecided voter. I mean, I don't know. I haven't done it. Does the, anal play excites me? So I would think that the other things would excite me, but tongues ain't the same thing as a penis.
It sure ain't. It go ram. I have tried it. But my only thing is, it did feel good at the time, like Melisha said. But the day after, it felt like I was going poo poo all the time. It felt like it was going to fall out. I was like, oh my God, what if I go? It just did not do it. And that whole, I don't want nothing to mess up with my,
Pro or anti?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm undecided. I'm undecided.
Well,
I don't want anything. I don't want anything.
But the question is, because we know that you don't want to have sex until you're married. So now you had this dude that he said it was a requirement. So now what if your husband came to you with that requirement or that desire? Now, do you want to be the 98% porn star? Am I gonna be talking to your husband in the bathroom at the wedding?
But that's why I'm undecided, because when it does come down to your husband, would you do something like that? My thing is, I can't understand why my husband. I mean, there's a chance. Like, I know there's a chance that you could die all the time, but there's a chance that your booty could fall out. There's a chance. There's a chance. Why take that chance for something you think is pleasurable?
Maybe he will just want to do it every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Like for me, my problem is that everybody think I got a big old booty, so they think that that's what you're supposed to be wanting to do with it. Like, really? Like, really? That's what so you have a big booty and that's what you're supposed to do with it? Like, really?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Pro or anti?
What do you think, Carol?
Carol, pro or anti?
Pro?
Well, I think it can be like a really intimate experience. It's something I saved for my marriage.
You were married. You were married.
In that setting, I enjoyed it. I don't think I would do it in a different setting, but...
In the next marriage, I'm sure, because I didn't understand what you're saying.
I'll be up for that,
In your next marriage or in your last marriage?
I'm in my last marriage. That sounds horrible. Yeah.
No. Okay,
it was something I saved for my marriage.
No, but I just say that because you also told us that that's the man that didn't give you no orgasm.
Right.
So he didn't get no orgasm, but the booty shot was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was worth staying with him.
You get that?
No, it wasn't worth staying. Okay.
I'm curious. Is this something you text to a female? But then at the same time, I think I'm fair. I don't think I would. I think I'm fair. I don't think I would ask a female to do something I know ain't happening to me. So
you've never done
it. So if she's with it, I'm with it too. Then it won't happen.
It's not a requirement thing.
It's not a requirement.
Oh gosh, my family watches this, but okay, I'm gonna be honest. Which takes me back to, had to be mentally connected to that person and comfortable with them in order for me to do something like that. I'm for it, and I'm
go for it.
I am for it. Which is another reason why I just can't be with anybody, because like I said, I like doing certain things, and when I at the times I did do it, I was comfortable with that person. It didn't hurt.
Did the booty fall out?
No, it didn't fall out. I was comfortable. I was at ease, and actually, the next day feeling felt good. Like, oh, I remembered he was there. which made me say, "Hey, boo, what's you coming back over?" And you have to really be comfortable with that person. He has to really, feel you, rub you, and
rub you the right way.
Even smack it, prepare it, and it. Prepare it, I can't look at the pastor's way, I'm so sorry. But you have to prepare yourself for it. You have to be comfortable with that person, for him to even ease in there. Because it's not just about ramming. Danielle, I don't know how they do that. I think they do lube up before the pornos, but no. You can't just ram it in there. You can't just, you gotta be mentally connected. I
don't know, the one
look
time
you
I
in
tried,
your
I
face.
fell asleep, it took so long. Because it was like, we're going to rub you down, we're going to take a bath, I'm going to oil you, I'm going to do this
you know what?
You want to relax,
and
have a drink.
To be honest, you know what? You do have to relax. A drink would be nice, and then start with the finger, maybe two, maneuver it, you understand? And then you won't know, if he's in there or not, So, look, click the booty. Like, I don't know.
But that is what the doctor said.
Seriously,
He said you have to have a conversation. You have to be comfortable.
And you have to be comfortable.
But for those like the health reasons, she did say something about. I asked her about hemorrhoids. What if somebody had hemorrhoids? Would that be a good idea?
Don't do it if you have hemorrhoids.
No, isn't that what they do with hemorrhoids anyway? They push them back.
Right, don't know. If you have hemorrhoids, I wouldn't tamper with it. No, I wouldn't do that. If you already had something hanging out, I wouldn't try to maneuver something up in there. But they do have lubes. They do have, like you gotta love that person in order for it to just slide in and be like, oh, that felt great, And the feeling is good afterwards.
The feeling is good afterwards.
Like,
We have a lot of questions for the audience. We want the audience to weigh in on whether you're going to do it.
It's time for the people to vote.
But you know what? Yeah. So we're going to go to a break, and we're going to come back. We're going to hear from the audience, and we're also, going to ask Pastor what he thinks about, because everybody, because she said, why are we so ashamed? Sex is, sex is God's act. Why are we acting like sex is a dirty word? It is sex. It is what it is. If we're going to have those inhibitions like Jamila said.
Because I'm dirty when it comes to sex. When I do have sex, okay?
Let's go. Bye.
When I do get sexually active.
Bye.
Kids a little dirty.
Special thanks to Q's Hair Boutique, located at 5815 North Broad Street, Philadelphia, PA. Q's Hair Boutique is a full-service salon providing the star treatment for any occasion. Please don't look any further for your next hair appointment. Call Q's Hair Boutique. That's 215-668-9800. In true celebrity fashion, Austin Photography snapped beautiful candidates of all the single on the Saturday Night Group. Austin Fine Photography is located at 4221 Main Street. If you would like to feel like a star, please call Austin Fine Photography at 267-297-7895. This program is brought to you by the following sponsors. Do you want to advertise your product or your service or your event right here in between the hottest show in America? Give us a call at 215-843-1984. Give us a call. If everything's a go, we'll have your commercial advertised on the next show.
Sing on a Saturday night. Not going to do much intro. Let's just get to it. Nikki?
Well, first of all, I like to talk about these fantasies versus reality. When I talk to my clients, first of all, I talk about there are fantasies that are just that. They are fantasies, and they're never going to happen. They're always going to be in your mind, and it's okay to have those fantasies. Then we have other fantasies that you could actually make, a reality with some communication, with talking. Now, me personally, I never woke up one day and decided, you know what, I can't wait to get up in my butt. But that was something that my man said he wanted to try. He wanted to see it. We tried it. We did it. I didn't like it. It was okay. I didn't want to do it. I begrudgingly did it. So it just wasn't fun. But then one time I was feeling him. He was feeling me. We were in the moment. We let go. I wasn't thinking. And let me tell you something. I didn't know you could have an orgasm anally.
Yes.
Let me tell you. Yes. I was just like, this is what I've been missing all my life. But But you know what? I can't do. It's not something that I can do on command. This is one thing I don't particularly like to do. But sometimes, if I let myself go and I am connected with that person and we're feeling it, you'll be surprised at how many places you can go when you step outside of your comfort zone and think about other people other than yourself.
I know that's right. All right, so I'm going to Vincent and then Sherry and then Russ.
Me personally, I don't see nothing wrong with it. So whatever floats your boat, you're gonna be a freak, do your thing. That's the way I feel about it. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing.
Why is that?
Be a freak if your butt fall out.
I like it.
No, but
I
why
like
is
it.
that? I just want to know this.
Personally, I like it.
No, okay, so
I like it.
you pro anal, but my question is, but why does that define
I like
as
to
a
give
freak?
her, give it to her that way, but it's all in the comfortability. You got to be, mentally there and everything. Like you're right. You can't just ram it in there. It's a process you take.
No, my question just is, why is it that, see, and I think this is why you had women who are conforming to something that they may not necessarily want, because you just started that out. You want to be a freak, get with it. Why is it, no, that's what you said. She was a freak. No, I'm saying, so now she's been raised in your mind as the freak woman because that's the one that's gonna take it behind for you. So why is it, what I'm asking is, I'm serious, I'm just asking from your question. Why is it that raises the freak ladder because I'm with the freak quotient because that's what I'm willing to do, even if I don't enjoy it? Why is that? Because that's what happens with these women and why they can't have their orgasm.
I'm gonna do my best to make her enjoy it. It's not all about just trying to ram her. I want to make her feel comfortable, make her feel good, and everything. And every aspect of it is, as long as we can get this process done. And if we don't get it done now, we're gonna keep working at it. If I gotta break it down.
What if she don't want to?
Get there.
What if she don't want to? It don't matter. You say it's a requirement. All right, let's pass it on to Sherry.
First say that he's real funny. I'm sorry. He's real funny with that one because he did. I agree with you. He started out the conversation with saying freak. Why you gotta say the word freak when it involves anal sex, okay? And so therefore it sets up a pattern with women to make them feel like, well, they are freak because they're doing this. And I agree with you. He did start this conversation that way. Nevertheless, I hate to bring up this point about it, but this point about anal sex is that a lot of people are not as clean as they can be with anal sex. Anal sex is for waste matter to come out that way. That's the way God made it. If you're taking waste matter and then doing that, pulling it out, putting it around the other side, you know what's going to happen. A lot of diseases have come from anal sex, period. So whoever you're with,
use an enema.
They better be very, 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 very clean.
So now, Michelle Renee,
very clean.
in order to think, okay, so now I'm gonna have sex with my man. I gotta get 72 hours in advance.
Not even 72 hours.
That's what he's gonna want. That's too hard.
The enema works within 5 minutes. You know, I've had some of my best orgasms off of anal, and I'm just being honest.
She down with anal. We got it.
Clean it out first, though.
I just want to comment.
Clean the hole out first, you know?
I want to comment and from a man perspective, appreciate the dialogue between men and women. I think for men, we're taught to hold it in on our chest. We don't talk. For women, you guys talk to each other about men. To please a woman, you really have to understand the point of view from a woman in order to please her right. So I really appreciate it. For more education and dialogue, let's continue it. Particularly my queen, go to drippingbliss.com and ask more questions.
Kelly and then you guys stand up.
Stand up, girl.
I'm a little too hot for TV today, guys. I'm sorry. I got a sprained ankle and heels on.
That's what's up, girl. You
look good.
I did that to respect this beautiful woman who is one of my friends. Her name is Michelle.
Okay.
She said, be camera ready, and I said, here I come. Took a little longer than I wanted.
Thank you, Kel.
Long story short, the anal sex thing is a very complicated issue. Obviously, we're all sitting here talking about it. My personal feelings are, my husband just passed away in July, but we were friends since high school. We're friends.
David.
First. Friends to the point where I'm like, I ain't touching you if you're touching all that stuff. No. Oh, you got her pregnant? We'll take care of that. And he tried. But when it came to the point in time where we crossed paths again and had grown and became adults and learned how to communicate and respect one another and other people, We knew each other well enough to know when the time was good and when the time was not. Because sometimes, and I feel like my family might see this, I don't know, but the best orgasms I've had came from anal sex. Right. They'd have. And we've come to a point with all these freaks or whatever girls running around. And if that's their choice, it's fine. I don't mind. If you like to have sex with everyone or no one, that's your personal choice. But my husband couldn't believe that I had never done it before, which is insane to me. He said, you must have learned that somewhere along the line. That went down a little too easy. No, baby. No, baby. You're playing with my...
But you know what? I guess that's why the doctor said it's good for some. Everybody's body is not the
Yes,
same.
everybody's
so
different,
it can
yeah.
work real good with you, and it may not
Would you ever
work with
think this seriously? Actually, no. A man actually told me this.
All right, can I just, on a final note, I will say though, sometimes when we had a rush, I shot up the steps, it hurt so bad. And then I was crying, and he was like, baby, I'm sorry. That killed the mood. So you just gotta be respectful and communicate, and that's it. And comfortable and in love. That's it.
You gotta have anal
Well,
compatibility.
no, I'm back to your requirement. Shelley, for your requirement question. I just, I had this conversation with some men because I was really interested to get ready for the show, and the pro versus the anti anal sex dudes. I will say this, the ones that was very anti was the ones that was packing and stacking. And seriously, I mean, a dude told me, I barely get this in the right hole. I'm really not trying to work to get this in the wrong hole. So, I mean, I think that, some of the dudes that need it in the back so bad is because they know they can't blow the walls out in the front.
On that note, we're gonna hear more from the audience. We're gonna go to a break and come back to the audience so we can get the mic. Is the last one? Okay, let me hear. You got the mic yet? Okay, Christina.
Well, we've talked about who's for it, who's for anal sex and who's not for it. My question is for the panel actually, and for the experts, is that how do we get it to a point where it's comfortable talking about these things, since sex is so exploited and we don't usually talk about it. Let's be honest, anal sex has been around for a very long time. So where do we get to a point where we're comfortable talking about it? Because I see the way people are talking about it, and they're trying to, oh, I'm only saying it, I heard from a friend, and they're not comfortable using their own personal experiences. So for you guys, how do we get to a point where we're comfortable talking about these taboo issues?
That's what we're here for. I think that's what we're doing. I've told you my story. Everybody else has pretty much told your story. That's what we come together for. So I hope you feel comfortable to. Okay, all right. So we hope you feel comfortable to share a story. We do this every fourth Saturday at Kia Grace Steak and Seafood Restaurant. Every fourth Saturday. Fourth. All right. That's my plug right there. I think we had one more comment from the audience, because then we gotta close it out.
How y'all doing? My name is Jay Rome, spoken word artist and poet.
Love that.
Thank you. This topic about anal sex, I tried it once and I didn't like it. And because of the simple fact is, after we got finished doing it, when I came out, the poo came out too. So I mean, it was just like a one-time thing. I'm being honest and truthful. Something that just happened, and I wasn't understanding, and that was like crazy. So, I mean, the person I was with was clean anyway. So I'm just saying, it's like.
I mean, but
that's real. That is real.
After that happened, it just that whole thing, sexual thing with anal sex, as far as with me, I don't like it.
I hear you.
I like it to the front. You know what I'm saying? Blow it out to the front. That's what I'm saying.
All right, Sadina has the production assistant has something to say.
Hello, everybody. I wanted to say, because some people, I'm not for that anal stuff. That's just not me. But I'm just going to say.
Why are we not surprised?
Wow. but what I'm saying is, for those who are, and then they want oral sex afterwards, do y'all go and clean?
I don't think anybody ever wants that.
Because there's some people that that's for the mood. If you in the anal sex, then you want oral sex right afterward, and you gonna go clean.
Okay, that's why we said.
I
Okay,
just put that up for people that do like oral sex.
This is where the record goes in.
For those who like anal sex, I just brought that up. That how do you handle that when you want oral sex?
It ain't gonna happen, boo. The record
That's my
able to do it.
All right, the record just skipped and we just said, whatever. Anyway, this is Single on a Saturday night, and we're gonna end it with that ridiculous comment right there.
I don't know. We never took a vote.
Okay, all right, we're gonna take a vote now. We'll end it with a vote. Who's for it? Who's for it?
For it?
I know.
Wait, did you say for it?
For it. Who's for it? You got it. All right, who's not? Who's against? Who's against?
Absolutely against it?
Absolutely against. Wow. Wow.
But the real question is who's undecided?
All right, okay. Who's undecided? Undecided.
Most people are undecided.
You know what? Everybody, check out our sex class. It's Wednesday night sex class right here at Kid Gray's Steaky Seafood Restaurant. Go
Wait
to the website.
a minute.
Yeah, come to the sex
I
classes.
just want to make sure that I got this right so that the public can understand.
Ooh.
So now, I come to the restaurant, I tape a TV show. Then I come back to the restaurant, and I'm going to learn about sex in the place where people eat and to cook the food.
Well, we're not having sex. We're going to talk about it. We're not sexual.
Anyway,
This is in the days of Caligula.
Go to the website. It's a room. Okay.
This isn't Rome, Danielle.
This is a multifaceted facility. It has a whole bunch of different rooms. You're not going to be either way. We're not having sex. We're talking about
it.
We're having a class. Go to the website
You talking about sex, the more sex you have?